sections are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams, as we're just about ready to get this one started. Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Jokic.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
In the last few years, we've seen league-wide scoring surge in the NBA. Now, many credit years of defensive rules changes, such as limiting hand checking on and off the ball and getting rid of contact in the paint. Now, everyone isn't pleased with these changes. Some say defense is no longer allowed, but a higher pace of play, more efficient shot selection, and lots of threes also play a role. Most fans aren't complaining. Kevin?
It sure is fun to watch, D.A. Thank you. Clark, when you have two teams that are this athletic, what type of game you think you're going to see?
Well, you know what? Sometimes it can lead to guys trying to do too much, but when it's at its best with this kind of athleticism on display, I think you're going to see a high-octane, fun game.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. And it's Porter at the small forward spot. And for Oklahoma City, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul. And it's Baisley in its small forward. So the Nuggets win the tip. And here is Murray. Pass to Jokic. In the corner, it's Harris. 6 on the shot clock. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. A 3-ball. Denver the rebound. Tries again, and it's Millsap playing it in.
And, you know, even though he's undersized, Millsap doesn't back down. He's good at outworking everybody on the glass.
Porter with the steal. Millsap against Gallinari. For 3, Harris. Jokic controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You can't afford to lose sight of Jokic, not even for a second. This guy's always a threat to hurt you on the offensive boards.
Paul looking over the floor. Doesn't go for him. Murray with the defensive effort. Denver's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. On the wing, Harris. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Harris passes to Millsap. Over Gallinari, and it's Millsap. That time on the assist by Harris. Millsap's got his second bucket of the night.
Surveying the floor, Gary Harris recognizes when his teammates have open looks and gets it to him.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. And the call will be against Harris. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Paul against Murray. And yes, it's good.
And Paul with the good touch on the floater. Guys, that's a difficult shot to make, that floater, but it's one of his many go-to shots.
Now here's Murray. 20 points for him last game against the Lakers.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the stripe a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Pass to Paul. Gallinari outside. Oklahoma City moving it around. Shot clock at 6. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Kicks it out to Paul. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Well, if you believe that a point guard's defense is just as important as his offense, then these guys have been outstanding lately. The point guard steal leaders from the past 10 games. Number 1, Chris Paul.
And despite the offensive responsibilities that come with being a point guard, I think he may enjoy the defensive aspect of the game even more.
Well, he should enjoy it as good as he is as a defender. I mean, if he's on you, you can't relax at all. He gives opposing point guards nightmares. Activity, energy are just too much for some guys to deal with. One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. 6-point game. Gallinari outside. The pass to Adams. He dishes it to Paul. Elbow shot is on the way.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet. And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard.
Guys, it is symbolic of their effort here tonight.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Traps in the tray.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Murray. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. And Denver again with the bucket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And you look at how the Nuggets have become the team they are. A lot has to do with player development.
Exactly. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Denver has done a great job in the draft. Identify talent, stick to your guns in choosing that talent, then build it, develop it. Their front office has been fantastic.
On the wing, Porter. Pass to Jokic. Shoots over Adams, and Jokic gets it to go. The assist from Porter. And it's 6 points for Jokic.
Jokic is such a developed offensive player. He's really good at taking advantage of these mid-range spots.
Gallinari outside. Pass to Adams. Inside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
Murray kicks to Porter. Out left to the wing. To the inside. Gallinari with the steal. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. Gallinari leading the charge. Thunder coming to this one after the win against the Pelicans in New Orleans. And that one's good by Porter.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Thunder trailing by 7. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
Terrific instincts on defense. Harris has a good nose for the ball and when to go after steals.
And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
The Thunder with another miss.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander after the Nuggets pick up 2. Off the left rim and out.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And Murray, here we go. It's not going to go for him. Adams, some nice D. Thunder trailing by 11. Gallinari finds Paul. Launches a three. The Thunder get it back in a new 14. A nice shot by Gallinari.
Well, I love the way he goes after it there. I mean, and you've got to respect that. He's rewarded for his efforts of pursuing the ball.
Pass to Jokic. Back to Murray. To the middle. The 8-footer. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. It's blocked. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Paul. And a switcher also for Denver. Morris is checked in. And Adams kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gallinari outside. 6 to shoot. That's tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession.
Let's see some numbers here on Jamal Murray. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Averaging 15 points a game, 7 assists, and 2 rebounds. Even though his numbers have been more than solid, I think he'll want to step his game up to another level.
Yeah, and you know, on paper, those numbers are terrific. Most players would be thrilled with those numbers, but as good as they are, I know this guy expects more of himself.
Here's Robertson. Oh, good on the 3. The Nuggets leading by 9. And, you know, there are so many things to like about Jokic's game, Clark, and his footwork is right near the top.
I would agree with that, Kevin. His footwork is exquisite. I mean, it is top shelf. This guy does not get enough credit for his pivoting, but his hands are great. His touch is phenomenal. He loses a lot of defenders when he's back to the basket with that footwork of his. I tell you, I was so impressed when I locked into him with my isolated camera during the playoffs. The Joker is no joke.
Now, here is Morris. His last outing, he had 18 points.
And the shot blocking skills of Noel are a staple of his game, really one of the foundational pieces. He really takes a lot of pride in what he does on defense.
Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for Denver. On defense, the Nuggets, they have a 9-point lead. Schroeder dishes to Muscala. Back to Schroeder. Robertson finds Noel. 5 to shoot. No good that time. Barton with some nice D. Denver's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Morris with the bucket.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. They beat the Nuggets during their last encounter in Denver.
You could see it in that game, despite the odds going against them. Once it got to OT, they had that belief and resolve that they could win.
And, Greg, sometimes we've seen it happen where a team that's supposed to be the underdog gets the game into OT, and then the momentum swings their way.
Now, here's Schroeder. A 29-point game for him in the win against New Orleans.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
Now here's Barton after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. Here's the pass to Vonleh. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Schroeder. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Ferguson. He's covered by Grant. Now Robertson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and Barton throws it down.
Yeah, you can't forget about the jumping ability of Barton now. I mean, this guy is phenomenal at finishing off these alley-oops.
Thunder trailing by 13. Here's Schroeder. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Denver shooting it from their comfort zone so far in this one. 57% from the field. Takes a three. Rebound by Muscala.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on.
Oh my goodness! That was special.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown.
Exercising his authority.
Now here's Vonleh. He was averaging around 5.5 points a game.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Here's Robertson. Passes it to Noel. Just 5 on the clock. Schroeder outside. No good on the triple. The Nuggets leading by 11, and the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Barton surveying the floor. To the paint. It's stolen by Muscala.
Well, they've weathered their turnovers so far.
They've been lucky to this point. If they want to keep this lead, they need to take better care of the ball.
Here's Ferguson. 9 points last game out. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
Really like the recognition by Noel, feeling the contact coming and then going right into his shot immediately.
And he can't get the first one.
You know, one of the things I really enjoy is watching guys work on their game, and Noel has done that. Not only in becoming a lockdown post defender, but a dependable scorer, too.
And the second free throw, good. 26 seconds left here in the first quarter. Barton outside. Vonleh down low. He's covered by Muscala. And it's good, 2 points. And the Nuggets lead by 12.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Now here's Schroeder. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Nikola Jokic firing on all cylinders for Denver. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Nikola Jokic, a former second-round pick, turned star in the league, talks about what the game means to him.
Basketball, like passion, love. Like that is the thing I play like when I know 4, 6, 7 years old. I don't know. Like basketball is always in my life. That like I think it's passion. I think it's passion.
In basketball, Greg, a big deal in Jokic's native land of Serbia.
And I love his creativity. There's an artistry and a freedom in how he plays the game.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, we've seen the Nuggets really take control here.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at the Nuggets, Jeremy Grant is out there with Vonleh. Then there's Plumlee. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Barton in at the shooting guard position.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
Here's Plumlee. That one, no good. And the Thunder going the other way now. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Nuggets?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
And here now the Thunder, after the Nuggets pick up 2. Robertson the pass to Noel. Schroeder against Morris. And it's Schroeder missing.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Pass to Plumlee. Pass to Vonleh. Over Robertson. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Under trailing by 12. Down low. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And good that time. And the Nuggets lead by 12.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Here's Ferguson. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. And Muscala kicks to Ferguson. Now the pass to Robertson. Just 3 to shoot. For the 3. Denver grabs the miss. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
You know, I don't like to use the word shock, but that was a shocking result for me. Nobody saw that one coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get blown out like that?
I know. I mean, I'm with you there. It just seemed as though they were sleepwalking their way through that entire game. It was, in my estimation, just inexcusable.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Mark, here we are mid-season, and certain teams seem to really change gear and ratchet up the intensity.
Yeah, I agree with you. And some of that is familiarity, understanding who you are and what it takes for you to win, and being healthy is a big part of that. I think teams all over the league go through stretches where they're in a nice groove and rhythm, and there are a lot of variables that play into that.
Things settle down, don't they? Rotations, routines, like you said, all those things important.
Yeah, exactly. Well said.
And Clark, one thing that makes Will Barton so good is that he fits right in among any group of players.
And I like the pace he plays with, guys. He doesn't seem to force the issue. He lets the game come to him, and when he has opportunities to explode, he usually does. He's always moving. He's active at both ends. He's a high-quality performer.
First one falls for him.
You know, one of the things that's fun to watch, guys, is the evolution of a player. And Barton has really evolved into a solid player. Even though he was a second-round pick, he's come a long way.
Porter's checked in for Denver. Jamal Murray comes in for Morris. And he makes both free throws. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
And stolen by Murray. Barton outside. Inside. Here's Jokic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Steven Adams picks one up.
Well, I love how crafty Jokic is. You know, he basically baits defenders into committing the foul once he gets deep position.
Well, And, you know, you watch Nikola Jokic out there, and he just moves like a guard. The way he approaches the game, sees the court, and shoots just aren't found in that center position.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. You know, Greg, Jokic has so many tools at his disposal. He's a walking triple-double threat.
The passing and vision is what really sets him apart at that center position. The offense can run through him and should run through him with how he can distribute the ball.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in. He's off on the second.
And, you know, the potential the Joker has is exciting. Jokic, a big man who can score, pass, and rebound, and do all of those well.
Now here's Paul. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. And the Thunder can't hang on to the ball. So both teams making some changes here. Denver leading by 17. Jokic passes to Porter. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Porter's got his second basket.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Thunder have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Adams down low. He's against Jokic, and Gallinari throws it down.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Millsap misses. Thunder trailing by 17. Right wing. And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
And with him missing literally everything he's put up today, you can see why the score is what it is.
Murray for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Murray's got 5 now.
Even when the defense is breathing down his neck, Murray gets it done. I mean, just an amazing shooter with a very impressive stroke.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And how about the transition from Paul Millsap, going away from that star role to being more of a role player here in his later years? No longer needed to carry the torch, if you will, in terms of scoring and rebounding, but he can still give you just a bit of everything else at this stage.
Here's Baisley, guarded by Porter. Gallinari outside. Passes it to Adams. Clock at 6. Here's Schroeder. In it goes after missing his first 7. Now shooting 1 for 8 this game. And with Millsap, you can just see him contribute in so many ways.
I mean, a great passer for his position and also very unselfish with his offense. Still a plus defender with how often he is giving up size on the inside.
Now here's Millsap. Pass to Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
At his size, Jokic a threat to throw it down, showing you how dominant he can be inside.
And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Pass to Adams. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
The Thunder have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Schroeder dishes to Adams. Gallinari against Millsap. Out to the right wing. 5 on the clock. Here's Schroeder. Here's Adams, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being it mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Thunder trailing by 20. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Adams outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's sent back by Millsap.
Pretty cool to see Millsap turn shots back. I mean, he's a mobile, athletic big man who is taking pride in his defensive work.
And Millsap slams it in.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
And so here is Oklahoma City. Knocked loose and stolen by Murray. And Porter, here we go. That one, no good. So the Thunder will take it the other way.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
To the wing right side. Adams down low. Jokic defending. The Nuggets leading by 22. Harris passes to Porter.
And the medical red flags for Michael Porter Jr. caused him to slide to the Nuggets in the 2018 draft. 2 back surgeries in less than a year. An injury suffered initially in his sophomore year of high school. The risk is there, but if his body holds up, potentially a star in the making.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good. Porter. Clark, you know, some players just don't need a lot of rest. They could play basketball all day, every day, and don't want to be taken out. They've all got a lot of engine in them.
Yeah, they do. 24/7 guys, we call them. They don't need a lot of fuel, and it seems like they never are out of fuel. Guys like Paul George and Russell Westbrook come to mind.
And after essentially a redshirt rookie year with the Nuggets, Michael Porter Jr., the 14th pick in the 2018 draft, is back in action.
Could be a huge addition. Remember, Porter was projected as a top 2 pick entering his freshman season at Missouri. If he can stay healthy, you're adding an elite talent to your rotation.
And one thing you have to love about Gary Harris, the way he can explode to the rim.
And Harris is a natural scorer from all parts of the floor, but he can just rocket himself for dunks you aren't used to seeing from players of his size and stature.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
This guy, Gary Harris, is a player on the rise. I love how confident he is. He knows he belongs in this league.
So he gets them both.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case, Greg. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
Now here's Adams. He picked up 12 points in their last win against New Orleans.
And he was terrific in that game defensively as well, blocking 4 shots on the night. +8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Gallinari. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Millsap's showing you some speed. They're turning the Jets on. Far from just a bruising physical forward. His speed in transition impressive.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Denver also making some changes. Plumlee comes in for Paul Millsap. And Monte Morris subbed in for Porter. Now, here's Robertson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Just 5 to shoot. Nobody near Schroeder. The Thunder with another miss.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Here's Morris. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Schroeder with the ball. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Shot from free throw range, and the jumper is on the mark. Schroeder's got his second basket of the night.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Morris looking over the floor. Here's Plumlee. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got his 4th assist in this one.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
There's Gallinari with the 3. It's hauled in by Harris.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
For Denver, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And a new group in here for the Thunder. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Mark, we have seen so many great players in the history of this terrific game, but in your mind, who's the best to have never won an MVP?
Wow, you think about some of the names on that list recently or not too long ago. Patrick Ewing, Scottie Pippen, same era. How about going back to John Havlicek, a former Buckeye and all-time great with the Celtics. Elgin Baylor, one of the first high-flying forwards that I recall, one of those really creative do-it-all type forwards. Jerry West and Dwayne Wade right in that mix too, man. Those are some lofty names that didn't get an MVP. Skying towards the hoop and decimating the defense with that ridiculous alley-oop dunk. Go ahead, Noel.
Now, here is Morris. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's Paul. Chalk up 2 there.
Oh, check out the handles. Their nasty spin move had his man grabbing for air.
Morris against Paul. Wide open look here for Murray. Sinks the triple. Murray's got 6 here in this quarter.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
And the pass to Noel. Good defense by Jokic.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The Nuggets have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Harris. Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for Denver. Will Barton comes in for Murray. And Harris drops them both. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Ball against Morris. And here is Paul. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. From deep. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Denver Nuggets out there all by themselves with a 32-point lead to end the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. New Orleans, you guys had a tough time stopping their offense in the first half. What do you have to do differently?
You know, we got to protect the paint. They can't waste too many easy baskets. You know, that's us communication on front and the post, and, you know, just communicating a lot more.
We'll see if those changes stick. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. There was no stopping Paul Millsap in the first half. He had 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 1 block. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half?
Well, they were dishing out dimes left and right, and the guys were finishing strong. As a team, they seem to be always thinking, always looking for the best shot. If they keep sharing the ball this way, the second half could be more lopsided than the first.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
Well, they gave up too many good looks. You look at the field goal percentage against them, this tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively, not enough disruption, Ernie. Like Kenny disrupts me all the time, not enough disruption.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, Paul Millsap has been exceptional here, guys.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Bazley in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Really left alone that time. Paul's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Oklahoma City. Passes it to Millsap. Over Gallinari, and Paul Millsap, the bucket on the assist by Murray. 14 points for Millsap.
Millsap is a quiet kind of a guy, but I like seeing him take over offensively, and he can be streaky after he connects on a few, though. You know he's in the zone.
Now here's Paul. Paul is doubled. Pass to Bazley. Paul Millsap with the rebound. Millsap's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done.
You look at Paul Millsap, one of my favorite players. Came into the league after 3 years of college as an undersized power forward who has shown that he not only can rebound, but has become an all-star scorer, too.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
A little disorganized that time, and the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Guys, there has to be better rim protection than that, though. Not very good.
Hits it from 3-point range. Paisley's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Nuggets. And year in and year out, Paul Millsap finds a way, Clark, to get it done.
He does, guys. I mean, he's just rock solid. An all-star player multiple times. All he does is help his team win, and he does it in ways beyond just scoring and rebounding. He can open up space with his shooting. He's an outstanding passer, and he's also good at the defensive end and picking people's pockets.
And it's blocked. Right side, Porter, and finished off by Porter.
Carving up the defense with excellent passes like there. Jokic, a big man with great vision.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Paul against Murray. The drive by Paul. The teardrop falls in. Paul's got 8 points.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. And here is Harris. Adams defending. Fades and shoots. And again, it's Denver.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Paul outside. Over Murray. Paul missing again. For Denver, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Harris dishes to Murray. The 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Gallinari. And it's Denver with the rebound. Millsap's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And here comes the break. Paul with the bucket. Paul's got 6 here in this quarter.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
To the paint. Here's Harris. Pass to Jokic. Shoots over Adams. The Nuggets with another miss. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his first foul. A different look for Denver. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Michael Porter. And Barton subbed in for Gary Harris. Thunder shooting 44% on their field goal attempts in quarter 3. Gallinari outside. Back to Paul. It's hauled in by Jokic. Jokic has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Grant gets a wide open look. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. Grant's got 7 points in the game.
Boy, and over time, Grant has expanded his range. If he's left open from beyond the arc, he can definitely knock that shot down now.
Now, here is Gallinari. He's got 9. Six on the shot clock. From 13, that one goes in. He's got 11.
And I like the decision making. He's taking what the defense is willing to give him.
You know, more and more big guys in the league have that mid-range shot in their bag now, and they need it.
Now, here's Jokic. He's got 11. And the Thunder pushing it up now. And stolen by Barton. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Paul Millsap. And it's 13 points for Jokic. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Denver.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnover.
And he gets the bucket. And it's 13 points for Gallinari.
And when you're open, Paul will find you in a nanosecond. I mean, that's one thing that makes him really special.
Ball against Murray. The pass to Jokic. Barton outside. Back to Jokic. That one a little long. Thunder have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Paul with the 3, and the Thunder another 3.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Barton outside. Now Grant. He's got 7. Jokic finds Millsap. Back to Jokic. 6 to shoot. Jokic draws the double. Murray for 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Jokic has got 5 assists in the game. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Passes it to Paul. Shoots over Barton. Paul can't get it to go. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's guarded closely. Out to the right wing. Over Murray. Paul missing again. Denver's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Barton from outside. Another 3 for Denver.
It's obvious that Barton's jump shot has come a long way. Right now, he's pretty solid at catching and shooting.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Paul passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Paul. Shot clock at 5. Knocked away. Millsap with the steal. Here's Barton. And Barton throws it down.
You know, a big reason Millsap's a star is because of his defense. Great anticipation to come up with the steal and push it on the break.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Paul. Over Murray. And he can't stop the run as he misses. Denver's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. To the middle, Barton finds Jokic. Good on the shot. Jokic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Paul passes to Adams. Now Gallinari. Barton defending. Gallinari surveying the D. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by Denver.
Mark, I want to take you back a bit here to 1982. What was going through your mind over your first few NBA games?
Well, Kevin, first of all, I was really excited and thankful to have a chance to realize a dream, but I was also a little bit nervous going up against some of the guys that I had watched and idolized from afar. But once you're between those lines, it's not about idolizing guys. It's about trying to posterize them.
Any player in particular, one player that you looked out on the floor and you were out there as well saying, oh my goodness, look who I'm playing against tonight?
Well, when we first saw the Celtics and the Sixers, Larry Bird and those great teams in the 80s, Cedric Maxwell and Kevin McHale, and then the Sixers, my rookie year, won it all. And they had Moses Malone, Dr. J, Bobby Jones, some of the greats in the game. So those two teams, and Dr. J and Larry Bird in particular.
Now here's Vonleh, and the dunk by Vonleh.
Leaving folks open around Barton is a no-no. He'll torch you whenever you do that.
Here's Schroeder. Kicks to Muscala. Robertson the pass to Gallinari. Pass to Muscala. The Thunder with another miss. Denver's gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Morris. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And here's a look at some numbers for Schroeder.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
And the first one drops. And the Thunder making a change here. Ferguson's checked in. And Morris drops them both. Schroeder with the ball. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Barton. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Barton's got 7 now in this quarter.
Excellent body control around the rim. Barton didn't let the defender distract him at all.
Here's Schroeder. The dish now to Robertson. Pass to Muscala. Shoots the 3. Knocks down the 3-ball. Muscala's got 7 points.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
The shot by Vonleh no good.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Now, here's Robertson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The pass to Noel. Shoots over Barton. Here's Muscala. And he goes right over Mason Plumlee and slams it down.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Lets it go from deep. He can't get it to go. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Barton kicks to Vonleh. Here's Morris. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Nerlens Noel.
Here's what Oklahoma City's schedule is looking like. On Sunday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. Then on Tuesday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago against the Bulls.
And looking at the Bucks matchup, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
First free throw is good. Porter's checked in for Jeremy Grant. And Morris drops them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Here's Muscala, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Outside Porter. And here's Plumlee. Misses off the right iron. Now here's Robertson. Barton defending. Pass to Ferguson. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Plumlee's got 6 rebounds now in the game. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. It's good.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Now Schroeder. Fires the three, and that shot was up in time but doesn't go in. And so it's the Denver Nuggets sitting on a lead of 40 points at the end of the quarter. Terrific play. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
You should never get beat like that in transition when they throw the ball. Those points add up right now. Let's be locked in and focused right now.
Billy Donovan, as you can tell, not too happy failing to get back on defense. A major sin in the game of basketball, especially from his standpoint.
Yeah, and anytime you get severely out-hustled, you're going to hear about it from your coach. And you should if he's worth anything.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with. We've got Monte Morris, and it's Bates Diop in at the power forward. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The Thunder shooting a pretty low 34% thus far. It's stolen by Morris. Tipped away. It's stolen by Schroeder. We've seen some ugly incidents last few years, Clark, between players and heckling fans. Can anything be done to fix it?
I think security in the arenas is important. Fans oftentimes that go across the line in interacting with players are usually fueled by alcohol. I don't know how you could control that element of it. The incidents are few and far between. We have seen a few more, but I still don't think it's an epidemic.
Take a break.
But I think security, and then each team and each franchise should really be educational with its fans about what's acceptable behavior and what won't be tolerated.
And he makes the first. Diallo, he's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. That one misses. Denver's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight, just a little over 40%. And here's Morris for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
Pass to Ferguson. Now here's Diallo. Defense is right there. Shot clock at 6. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's Morris. The Thunder pull it in.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Robertson, the pass to Nader. Now Diallo. They get a hand on it. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Daniels is running. Conley kicks to Craig. From deep. Ferguson with the rebound. The Thunder shooting just 34% from the floor. To the inside. Diallo. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of defenders.
Three-pointer, Daniels. And again, Denver no good. On offense, here are the Thunder. They played a great fourth quarter defensive, allowing only 3 points.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Denver's gone outside a lot tonight, 17 times in fact. 7 of 17. 11 feet away. Thunder with the rebound. Muscala's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Ferguson's shot is good.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
And their lasers are starting to do their thing. I mean, that's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
Now, here is Morris. Pass to Bates-Diop. Over Diallo. Bates-Diop misses.
And, guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Now, here is Morris. He's guarded by Diallo. Mark, for a while now, you and I were just talking. We've had a rule that a team cannot go without a first-round pick in consecutive years. Could it be time to lift that restriction?
I certainly wouldn't mind discussing lifting the restriction, but I like it as it is on the books because it does lend itself, I think, to competitive balance. And that's important in the strength of a league.
Bangs home the trifecta.
You know, on defense, even on an inbounds play, you can't leave three-point shooters alone on the perimeter. They paid for it there.
And the pass to Burton. Here's Nader. To the paint. Shot good by Diallo. Diallo's got 4 points this quarter.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Bates-Diop. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
You know, an area worthy of further development for Murray is keeping his teammates involved.
Now, here's Diallo. Passes to Muscala. Lets it go with the 3. It's hauled in by Bates-Diop.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Daniels passes to Vonleh. Over Muscala. And he one in. Now here's Diallo. Defense right on him. Vonleh kicks to Daniels. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Okay, changes you'd like to see made in the process when players and teams are fined for any number of things, incidents on the floor or off the floor.
Well, I think there's a place for fines and the different amounts depending on how egregious the act is by a player or team makes some sense. I think having different categories, but I'm one that would rather hit hard and less often. So I think if you want to minimize the number of finable offenses, then make the penalty be greater for those things that are finable.
Here's Nader, and it's denied. Bates-Diop gets it to go.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Here's Ferguson. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Pass to Burton. Here's Nader. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Denver's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Craig, good. Craig's got his first points in this one.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Here's Ferguson. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Can they get it? The shot by Nader, no good. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Nuggets. He lobs it up.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Thunder have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Here's Burton. Pass to Muscala. Here's Burton. Just 5 on the clock. Now the pass to Muscala. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by Bates Diop. Bates Diop's got his 5th rebound in this one. Murray surveying the D, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Regarding super teams, Clark, you and I have talked a lot about this. Many fans view them in a negative light, but they're actually something we've seen around in this game for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. So often we become prisoners of the present and we forget about what transpired in the past, but the Celtics in the 60s were as dominant as any team in the history of the game. The Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls in the 90s. But I guess fans have a complaint because they feel those teams came together more organically compared to what seems to be a movement by free agents that has led to dominant championship teams, although the Warriors pretty much have built their championship team through the draft.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Oklahoma City's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Bates Diop misses. Thunder shooting poorly, just 35% so far. To the right side. Here's Nader. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Murray with it. Here's Denver now. They're on a 12-4 run. Over Diallo. Bates Diop, the pass to Murray. It's tipped, and that'll be Denver as it goes out of bounds. Nuggets retain possession. A different look for Denver. Plumlee comes in for Vonleh, and it's Will Barton in for Jamal Murray. Barton kicks to Craig. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Plumlee. He sinks the 11-footer.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Here's Ferguson. Inside. And that one's good. Burton.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
And here's Daniels. Back to Plumlee. Clark, take us inside the halftime locker room in the NBA.
Well, players typically just regroup individually. There may be some conversation between the players as a group, but then the coaches will huddle, evaluate what transpired in the first half, what adjustments need to be made, and then they'll communicate that to the team. And it's basically a time to rest and regroup for the players to adjust and strategize for the coaches.
Clark, you think there's any videotape review in there, maybe showing players certain sets, certain schemes?
In this day and age, for sure, with the use of iPads and technology. If you go back to my time, there was no quick turnaround of video in the halftime locker room.
Right, right. I do know officials do that, too, in their locker room at halftime. Burton, no good. Denver's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Barton kicks to Plumlee. On the wing, Daniels from downtown. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
Well, another 10-cut moment here because he continues to miss shot after shot from 3-point range. This is not a fourth quarter he's going to want to remember.
Now Barton passes it to Bates Diop. Pass to Plumlee. Just 5 to shoot. Rebound by Muscala. Muscala's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Count that one. Nader's got 7 points for the quarter.
No, he didn't. Did he just break out the finger roll? That's nice.
Martin passes to Plumlee. Three-pointer, Daniels. The shot, no good. And the Thunder going the other way now. Moving it up. Here's Burton. The putback. It's good on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Pass to Bates-Diop. Nails the baby hook.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Nuggets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
Hard to say now how the final 2 games between them will play out, Greg, but one thing's certain. I mean, they're going to go at each other. This has become a very intense matchup.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Jokic.
And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with the fire no one else could match as he chased down those rebounds.
Now here's Barton. The pass to Plumlee. He kicks to Daniels. No one near him. They get it again. Over to the wing. Craig passes to Barton. Here's Bates-Diop. And that one goes long. And another fast break chance here for the Thunder. Here we go. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Here's Craig. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Mason Plumlee. A lot of points tonight. What was working so well offensively?
Well, we're sharing the ball so well. It's fun to watch, I'm sure, but we have possessions where every guy might touch the ball almost twice. So when you get movement like that, it's hard to guard, and it's a fun way to play.
You did have the defense on its toes tonight, Mason. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time.